and salutations, and welcome once again to the Capeless Crusaders live, all the time, basically, from Empire's Comics Vault. My name is David Barry at Dr. Barry on varying social media platforms, as always, unless there's other people. To my right, we have...
Still riding high from that Melissa Etheridge concert last night at the California State Fair. This is the Azorian one, Anthony Esteves.
I think it was those Island Punch Rum things.
Oh, so good. Oh, my God. It's the leftover.
To your left, and my left.
Completely, blissfully unaware of Melissa Etheridge. Greetings, foolish mortals. This is the Mad Piper at the Mad Piper on that.
Don't even know of the music? Like a song or two?
Can you hum one?
Come to my window.
It doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that was Melissa
Yeah, that's
Etheridge.
her. Yeah, that was her. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
I'm alone.
As always, you can find anything related to the Crusaders at thecapelesscrusaders.com. Don't forget the.
Yeah.
Thecapelesscrusaders.com, your home for anything TCC. There you can find our Instagrams, our Twitters.
You don't even need the www, right? You could just
Don't.
do the capelesscrusaders.com.
This is the way the internet works
That's,
now.
I mean,
You can just type into thecapelesscrusaders.com, and
Easier.
we're right up. You can find everything there. You can watch our shows live there. This one, you might be doing it right now.
Not that a trip dub is that hard, but you don't need it.
It's true.
So
this week, as always, we are going to go around the horn. We're going to talk about some comic books. We also have a little segment called What's New with the Crusaders.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow, yes.
Did you guys plan that? That was
Topsky.
That was the worst.
Booster. You're
anyway,
my man.
And then we're also going to have a couple rounds of verses.
What?
But first, as always, when we are in a comic book store, as we are now, we like to talk about comic books. So we like to go round the horn. What was that one?
It was the one from the. So you know where it's from?
Yeah.
That's the one that goes off when there's a wartime on his planet.
Got it.
What was his name?
Glorp.
Glorp, that was it.
Okay, cool.
Keep wanting to say Meat Mop or
So
something.
when we go around the horn, we go around the table in a circular fashion, except for the fact that we no longer have a circular table. As you can see, this is a rectangle.
Like every single week. I mean, I guess it's unless there's new viewers.
Right?
I gotcha.
Hey, newbie. We
got
talk
you.
about what comics we've been reading this week. We go a little bit more in-depth in some of them, if you know what I'm saying.
Nice.
So I'm going to start us off.
Oh, of course. Selfish. Every time.
Yeah.
Captain Selfish.
Hey, Captain Selfish. So I read 2 books this week. The first book I read was Battling Boy by Paul Pope.
He started with that one.
Yes, Battling Boy. It
Battling
was so
Boy.
Cool. So, written and drawn by Paul Pope, Battling Boy is a coming-of-age story about a godlike figure who has just turned 13, and on his planet... basically, they at a certain age you go a-rambling, and you are sent out into the universe to protect a certain realm.
At a certain age, you go around the horn.
Yes, it's very Viking-esque. His father is a Thor-like character. It's one of those books that I really enjoyed because it's very action-driven. Like, there is a lot of discussion, obviously, but there's some pages that will go like pages for a time with no panel with dialogue. Just action, and like, kind of similar to like Magnolia and Hellboy. Like there's some points where you know
what's that one? 18 days.
Yeah,
just action for 13
exactly.
pages.
There'll be points where the character is solitary, so there's no point in having discussion. Like they shouldn't have the internal monologue of what should I do in this situation. They just let the art speak for itself.
If you're in battle.
Yeah. So that is the first trade. There are 2 more trades that I need to pick up.
All right.
I'm really excited for. I really like Paul Pope in general. Like his art style and his writing is really cool. So I got a couple other.
There are 3 trades out already?
There are 3 trades out for it. It's been out for a little bit.
Over?
I believe it's done at that point. He's got a couple other random one-offs that I want to check out as well.
So you're just catching up.
Yes.
You're going, okay.
Yes. I'm playing catch up.
What made you think about this?
It was actually here at Empire's Comics Vault. It was over on the wall, and I picked it up and I said, "Ben, yes?" And Ben said, "Yes."
A single?
No, the trade.
Oh, okay, it was on the yeah,
the volume.
Gotcha.
It was I think it was a reprint because it was on the new this week box.
Right, that's what I was. Yeah, that's good.
That's why I'm putting it over there.
Yeah.
The other thing that I read. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Are you ready to be impressed? Volume 1, New 52 Batman, The Court of Owls. Right? Everyone be impressed. So for those of you who maybe are new to the show, you know that my track record with Batman, not always the best. I sometimes have my issues with the character. I sometimes have my issue with his frequency in comic books and his ability to basically take on anyone.
I'm sorry, I thought you said you're reading Batman.
I'm reading Batman, yes.
I almost ate my hat.
Here's the thing. I've always loved Zack Snyder. By always, I mean
Scott.
Sorry. I always do that too. I've always liked Zack Snyder.
I've always loved calling Scott Snyder
Scott's
Zack
okay.
Snyder.
So I've always liked Scott Snyder. I like the independent stuff that he's done.
He's reading Batman.
So basically, the reason I wouldn't pick this up, it's actually kind of funny. I went to Santa Cruz. My favorite comic book store in Santa Cruz is Atlantis Fantasyland. For those of you who've seen Lost Boys, it's the comic book store in Lost Boys.
My little
Does it look the same?
sister.
No, it's actually a new location because the original location was damaged in an earthquake.
Bummer.
But that store's been there forever, and I went in, and the girls there, I've talked to them before. They're really cool.
You're one of us, Mike.
And I was looking at all the comics. I'm like, I always like picking something up, and the problem was, is I went around and there's not a lot left for me to pick up. Like I'm reading most stuff currently.
I didn't say. Are you saying you're done? You finished?
No,
everything?
no. Yeah, I've read everything ever.
Yeah.
No, like I have, like I'm like most of the current stuff. Like I know what's new. Like from Image and stuff. Like there's no new Image titles because I'm already usually aware of them.
Right.
I work in 2 comic book stores. Like I do comic book podcasts. Like I know if something's gonna come out that I'm gonna enjoy, and like a lot of like the classics I already kind of have. So I just, on a whim, I walked over to their Batman section, and I was just looking, and I'm like, I got a lot of them. I like Hush and Dark Knight, and Year One. A lot of those are already in my collection.
You read those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you've read.
Oh yeah,
Batman.
I know, and I like Batman. It's just
likes the bat.
more recent stuff. Like I haven't really enjoyed Batman. Yeah. So,
Master Bruce.
but then I knew that I really,
He said he loves the bat.
I know that Scott Snyder is fantastic, and I know that Greg Capullo, who was one of the greatest Spawn artists ever, I know he would do justice to the Bat.
Do you know he was not Zack Snyder?
Yes, I do know that.
Okay.
He's not Zack Snyder.
Yes, Scott
It's not
Snyder,
Zack
Scott.
friend of the show,
Friend
follows
of the
us
show,
on Twitter.
Scott Snyder.
Boom.
And Greg
Thank
Capullo.
you. We love your Bat.
And so I was like, I'm going to give this a chance. People told me that even though the New 52 was awful, the Batman run was great.
The way you say Capulo.
Capullo?
I call him Capulo. Yeah.
Doesn't matter how he says it.
Capullo. So, a lot of you have already read the Court of Owls. The whole idea behind the
It's
Court
a
of
good
Owls
story.
is that there's the secret organization that is basically as old as Gotham, and Batman doesn't believe they exist because Gotham is Batman and Batman is Gotham.
It is
And
like
he knows
this- yeah.
he knows everything about it, but they've been basically working under his nose
It's like
this whole
these
time.
malicious like Masons, right? Like it's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
the people
yeah.
who've
Exactly
been
what it
around
is.
since. Yeah.
Exactly, since Gotham's founding. So I think
And
it's
they
a
wear
really
these
cool idea that
creepy owl masks
that
like on the cover.
Batman knows Gotham, yet he doesn't know this part about Gotham. And once he realizes that they're everywhere and they've been involved in every part of Gotham and also his family going back hundreds of years, I was in. I'm really hooked on it. And another reason I am actually checking it out is because a lot of the stuff going on in the Forge, the casting leading up into the Dark Knights, that the big event that Scott Snyder's got coming up for DC, they're dropping hints about stuff that's happened throughout New 52 and Rebirth. So I'm kind of like, I'm going to play a little catch up. And I know that everyone tells me that Scott Snyder has created a modern classic in his current Batman run. And I'm like, you know what? I'm in. So that's what, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm already looking into it. So I'm really excited to keep going with that. Like, surprisingly, I'm like, New 52, all right. I don't give a crap about the rest of it, but I like Batman.
From what you've read, you love it?
Oh, I was sold.
What do you love the most about that? How far in are you on the
I
Owls?
finished this. I finished the Court of Owls.
The court.
So
you need the night.
the city.
City of Owls.
The City
The
of
Night of
Owls.
Owls.
So at this
Right.
point, the Talons have descended on Gotham, and then it cuts.
What have you loved? What captured you about that first trade?
I think I kind of mentioned the idea that they had been part of Gotham, and that he basically realized that the 13th floor of all these classic buildings built by his predecessors, there was never a 13th floor because of bad luck. And then when he comes to find out that the 13th floor of each one is like a different roost for the Talons, like going through the years, and just watch that that breakdown of Batman when he realizes he doesn't know his city as well as he thought.
Exactly.
But he also still does. He immediately he's thrown off, but he's immediately like into Batman mode. And he's like, okay, well, I need to start learning about them then
Doesn't
because
break
they're
him,
gonna So it doesn't it seems like it throws him off his game, but then it doesn't. Which I like that there is a little bit of the weakness, because I am kind of annoyed when it's like, okay, he's just really smart and really skilled and he can handle anyone, any issue ever. Like that's my biggest issue with Batman. I like when Batman stumbles, and when he corrects in an awesome way, I'm down with that. I'm sold. But so many times when it's just he can handle anything, I don't like it. So I think the fact that he had that moment,
Superman-y.
exactly,
He's just like, nah.
When he had this moment of like when he lost he lost faith in his own ability to know his city. I think that was a really cool moment.
That maze that he's stuck in.
Yeah.
That torture he goes through.
As far as like imagery goes, I think that's the one that gets. And then you see all like the faces above, like kind of
it's like
staring down. Like
he's
when they switch
right
back and
there.
forth between the owl creatures.
Yeah. He's right there to breaking. He's almost at that point.
Yeah.
But it's like it's what I liked about it. It's that Bruce was caught off guard. He recovers. He finds a way to recover.
The whole time he's still planning.
But there's that moment where, wow, I didn't know these guys were here. Well, time to find out.
And how they kept it so well hidden from him, as he's got like this whole like the sewer system is rigged up with his electronics.
Right.
Was it Duke hacked into, or was it the girl?
Yeah, the girl who finds him and shocks him back to life.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
The whole city he's got on a grid. Like he knows that place, and he's got it mapped with technology.
Well, and
how did he miss all of this?
It's
stuff?
perfectly done because in nature, the owl is the predator of the bat. So
Right.
this whole time, the owls have been watching the bat, and it's just
And don't think they don't set that up with imagery. It looks good. That book looks so good.
I'm really
So
so
good.
I'm sold. So I'm in. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the Death of the Family. I'm gonna do the 0 year. I'm gonna do all of them.
You're gonna go up through super heavy.
I'm gonna.
Or you're gonna go current. Like
I'm gonna try to current. I'm gonna try to get current on Batman.
he's gonna read it.
I'll try.
Go read it now.
Guarantee any.
it's a diehard comic
But I'm gonna
fanatic
try.
in my kid.
Somebody knows where the books are.
I'm pretty good. So yeah, I would 100%. Obviously, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna recommend this book from 4 years ago, but I would. If you really are interested in it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, if
But what
case
I
in
do-
point, I mean, if you haven't read it, there are people who've not read it. If you haven't, bah,
and there are people who are hypercritical of DC and Batman who
Right.
are now reading it.
and dig it and
I
like
dig
it.
But Scotty,
Scotty
My
Snyder.
boy.
Scott Snyder.
And then also take it from fanboys.
Yeah.
Like, just read
Zach,
it.
you're
It's
Zach,
really
Zach,
good.
Zach, you're cool too, by the way.
Good book.
So Esteves,
Good book.
what have you been reading?
I didn't read Batman.
The good book? It's the Bible.
I mean,
Ah.
while back,
I didn't read that.
I see.
I went over. See, while he went over to DC and read Batman,
Chuckles McKenzie here.
Chuckles McKenzie with the lovely hair. I went over to Marvel, his realm. Went over to Marvel,
Barry with the good hair.
Oh,
Barry with the good hair, and read The Amazing Spider-Man 30. Yes,
Lovely.
There it is. That cover right there.
Alex Ross.
Yeah,
Alex
look at
Ross.
that.
Doc Ock.
It's too clean not to be.
Spider.
I
It's
mean,
beautiful. So it's a part of the Secret Empire story.
Man.
It was written by Dan Slott and Christos Gage. Christos is actually involved in the Daredevil series as well as Law and Order SVU and Numbers. And Dan Slott, again, is a classic. We're talking about the things he's written throughout time. Barry knows who he is very well.
Danny Boy.
Danny Boy. Basically,
on
it's
that- we're on
part
that
2.
level.
It's Secret Empire Part 2, Master Planning. And Doc Ock has appeared. Doc Ock is a member of Hydra. He is teamed up with Evil Cap, Evil Cap Steve Rogers. The beginning has this battle that Spider-Man and Hulk and Mockingbird.
Yes, Mockingbird.
They're
Mockingjay.
losing. And
Black Canary.
no. And the image shows Spider-Man and Hulk beaten on the ground, and you got Cap holding Thor's hammer.
Yep.
And there's a part where Peter tells Quicksilver to drum up some dust for cover, and he tells Hulk and everyone else that we got to go. And Hulk is like, what do you mean we got to go? And Spider-Man is literally saying, you just see that? That's Cap with Thor's hammer teamed up with Hydra back there. We got to go. And basically admitting loss for this battle. We'll replan later.
Right.
And
Which, wise.
Wise, yeah. I mean,
Sure.
Cap's got Thor's hammer and he's working for Hydra. Run away.
He is Hydra.
How
He
does-
is Hydra.
Have they explained that?
They still
Or
have
is that
not
like a
explained
next-
why.
okay.
So it was Secret Empire 0. He picks up the hammer. Thor just like disappears, and he picks up the hammer, and everyone's just like,
Wait.
What?
Which
Rad.
Thor? Like, oh no! It has
Thor.
to be
Thor.
because so it's,
Thor.
Okay. He doesn't have a hammer.
Thor.
Miden's.
Are you talking about Odin's son? Because
Odin's son.
Thor is the character with the hammer. You might be confused because the alter ego is Jane Foster. So
How
you
about
might be
this?
tempted to say
Jane Foster.
female Thor because you're that guy.
Did I say female?
No,
Thor?
but you were tempted
How
to.
dare you?
So Thor, he
How
made
dare you
Thor
get in my synapses,
disappear.
sir.
Are you talking about unworthy Thor? Because he's not here right now. Actually,
not?
no, he is. No, he's
Yeah,
part of Hydra.
Lies.
He has an axe though.
I have a hammer.
He's not part of Hydra.
Yeah, he is.
He's up in space.
I have a hammer.
You're trying to get a hammer back, isn't he?
If you were reading Secret Empire, the things you were saying wouldn't sound dumb.
And I'm reading Thor. I'm reading Thor where he is.
It
in
doesn't
space
have the
with
tie-in right
with
now.
the collector.
We don't yet know why, but unworthy Thor is part of Hydra right now. Cap has his own team of Avengers. I'm sorry, I feel like I have to.
Dad and Dad are fighting.
So
why are there two Thor stories going on where Thor is like in
multiple,
space?
There's multiple Thors.
Like,
So that's a problem with these big events is sometimes the individual issues don't always necessarily line up correctly.
Okay.
But the problem is at this point, this is what we know. We know that Cap has his own team of Hydra Avengers. So he's Cap, obviously.
Sure.
He has unworthy Thor, who does not have a hammer. He has the axe.
Okay.
That's Odin's son.
Yes, Odin's son. And Odin's son is in Hydra. We don't know yet why.
Okay.
He also has Scarlet Witch, who we do know why because she's been possessed by a demon.
Oh, great.
He also managed to hack the Vision, so Vision is on his team.
Oh.
And then the Superior Octopus, a.k.a. Dr. Octopus in a Peter Parker body clone. He's the Superior Octopus.
Otto Octavia. Oh, so is it still he's not corporeal? He's still
No.
downloaded?
So he downloaded himself into another Peter clone
Great.
because Peter's gone, and then they brought back Otto in the clone conspiracy, and then that body degraded. So he found the clone that could survive outside.
He didn't
and
just
took that body.
come back to life during the secret war, the thing. He didn't just like pop back in like everybody else did.
Nope.
Why?
Not everyone did. I'm sorry. Do I have to give
Only
you a
the
history
convenient
lesson of the last 4 years of Marvel?
I mean, maybe.
So like Cap's got the hammer.
Yeah, Steve, back to you around the horn. This is your part.
So while they're regrouping, Peter has said he has to go back. He has to go back to work because he's also the head of Parker Industries. And at this time, Dr. Octopus,
Yes.
has returned in a sweet-looking suit. By the way, it's a Hydra Doc suit. It's got the octopus on the front. It's got it's like Spiderman suit, but it's like black with white and all. It's
Sick.
It's sick.
Good color scheme.
Sick, yeah. And so Peter has to come back. He knows Doc is trying to get into Parker Industries and take over. He gets back there. He's trying to do the CEO side, not the Spider-Man side. That Peter Parker tried to save it as the head of the company. Meanwhile, Doc is in New York. New York's been cut off from the rest of the world. No one can communicate with New York City right now. And it's all because Hydra Doc teamed up with Hydra, of course. So
Sure.
they're in control. He has gained access into Parker Industries. He's in there. Peter's doing everything he can to stop him. Leads up to a point where it's Doc and Spider-Man on top of the building, and there's a reveal. Spoiler territory.
It sounds like a gigantic issue.
22 pages covered a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear this, look away, hit mute.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, well, wait a minute. Okay.
Sucks to suck.
They're up top in the building. Peter Parker thinks he's got the upper hand because he has all of his buddies in his Parker Industries flying spider ship.
Rich boy suits.
He even makes the reference to Sinister Six, saying, "Now it's my 6 against 1."
Oh.
And Doc's like, "Ooh!"
No.
Doc did the Scott Hall Razor Ramon. Ooh,
That's
like
foreshadowing.
He flicks the toothpick at Peter, and he says, "This whole time, you haven't known that I've been inside your industry."
Oh man.
This entire time. So much so that I'm even in your logo. And the logo for Parker Industries is a P and the I, but there are circles around the P and the I. The circles are O's,
Otto,
standing for
Octavius.
Octavius. And just like that, he is able to take over the ships that they're in, and they are aimed right
Because he done hacked everything.
at Spider-Man.
He hacked the world.
The people inside the ships can't stop it. He has control. Hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Crash and burn.
Drink some Jolt.
Yeah.
Crash override. Acid burn.
And acid burn.
Anyway, their ships are pointed. They can't stop it. And that's where the issue ends. And you have to wait till the next issue.
You have to wait until the
I
next
have to
issue.
wait till the next issue.
I do too.
Even you don't know what happened.
I really like the writing of this. I've been reading everything I can Secret Empire wise.
Okay.
I'm reading Captain America Steve Rogers. I'm reading the Secret Empire issues. And I'm reading Amazing Spider-Man. And
I'm reading Doctor Strange, and that's it. From Secret Empire.
the artwork by Stuart. Oh boy, I'm gonna ruin his name. Stuart Immonen. Immonen. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Stuart Immonen.
Yeah.
I love the character drawing in this. It's full physiques, the muscles. It's. I love the look of it. I love the look
I like
of
him
the
in it a lot.
figures and everything. A lot of detail in there.
High detail, but still you can still distinguish characters. It's not overly dark.
Exactly. Story is outstanding. The Alex Ross cover, of course, is beautiful.
Man.
After I finished reading it, I just went back to the cover.
I went back and stared at it and just stared at it. Look at the cover. It's Alex Ross.
It's so shiny.
Shiny. Anyway, Amazing Spider-Man number 30. freaking love it.
Yeah.
Enjoying it. There's my issue. Going over to that guy.
Oh, hey, Piper.
This guy.
Piper, what have you...
Apparently none of the Marvel arcs. Because the last 4
Knows
years.
nothing about Odin's son or Thor.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I was reading the one where he's
just
like...
Thor.
Because he's in space.
Yeah.
Worthy.
Basically
Esteves.
got like... Doesn't have a hammer.
Yeah.
Worthy
Goes out
Esteves.
like Thanos wants the hammer. So does the Collector.
Everyone wants the hammer.
Everything happens in space, and he's like, "That!" Like a hammer appears,
Right.
and it's like from...
Wait.
It wasn't a Beta Ray Bill, was it?
No, it's the Ultimate Universe.
It was the Ultimate
Yeah.
Universe hammer.
Did you
comes
finish?
by.
Did you finish that arc?
I thought so.
So so then you saw him.
He
when
walked. Oh no,
he walked away
rejected.
from the hammer.
That's right.
He walked away
rejected
from the hammer, and then it says to be continued in the pages of Secret Empire.
Oh.
Did not pick that up at all.
Whoa. Production just...
That's what happened the whole
Because
time.
yeah,
That one arc, I wanted it to keep going. It did that one arc and then it was like...
it sounds like
it's gonna continue.
Is
They're gonna go back to
I
him.
was like, man, Jason Aaron was
No,
killing
they're gonna go back. No, well, here's the thing. Jason Aaron is
We angered Curtis on that
he's the new Hickman. He's gonna be like leading the charge on their next big. He's be doing the generations and everything.
Okay.
It's all gonna be him.
Oh.
But yeah, so he turns down that hammer, and then now
the Hellhound gets loose.
and now he's in Secret Empire, and we don't know why. But someone
Okay,
else,
so they've not explained any of this. Nobody knows why Thor's
No.
there. Nobody knows still why.
we don't know where Thor went. How Cap was able to pick up her hammer and why she disappeared. We don't know.
Sure.
And we don't know why Odin's son yet is in the Hydra Avengers. And we don't know what's going to happen with the new Ultimate Thor.
Okay.
Because he is around.
Interesting.
Is it short hair Odin's son in this?
Short hair is Odin's son.
Yeah.
Jane Foster,
Yes.
Thor,
Like the
is
shortcut.
disappeared. And then
And the Ultimate's the Tron suit with just the 6
right.
discs.
And
like black.
Everything
else is
he's
black.
just angry.
Oh.
Yeah.
He lost his hammer. It's here now.
No. It's someone new.
Where's my hammer? Oh, is it?
So someone in our universe. I guess spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Mute. Look at your posters.
So
Look at your
in the Mighty Thor story right now,
Yeah.
it's the War of Realms. There's a lot of like serious carnage going on in the War of Realms, and one of the things that happened is there's a lot of refugees that are being collected by as many Asgardians are trying to save the kids. So they're trying to save these children. They're trying to save these elf children and stuff. And it's Volstagg, and Volstagg is trying to protect the children. And a fire demon pops up.
Like Malekith elf?
No, like the high elves.
Oh.
There's dark elves and high elves.
Okay.
You know that.
Oh yeah, but I
Norse
mean like
mythology. No, Malekith is the bad guy. So they're trying to save all these children, and he begs the fire demon not to hurt them, and the fire demon just cackles and laughs and explodes. Doesn't kill Volstagg because he's Asgardian, but all the children he's holding their burnt
Incinerated
skeletons.
in his
Yeah.
hands.
So
Oh,
he's
man.
just like super
That's rough.
PTSD, super angry, and what does he see? A hammer.
Oh.
So super angry Volstagg
Yeah.
grabs the ultimate hammer, and he is now the ultimate Thor.
Oh.
And he's just angry.
Right.
So he's just
You said fire demon Sortor or just fire demon?
just a
Okay,
fire demon.
Okay.
A fire demon. So now he's pissed. So now he is fighting the War of Realms, and he's awesome.
Okay.
He is awesome.
So now that we've established all that.
So,
I like
Marvel, pick up a hammer.
I'd like to point
Anyone
out
can be a Thor.
official Marvel.
No. He's determined. It was determined that he was worthy of the ultimate Thor's hammer.
Well, okay.
I'd like to point out official Marvel licensed Thor mug from Disneyland right here.
No,
official.
See, look.
No, see Marvel,
right here.
Disney.
Pick up a hammer. You can be a Thor.
See, look at me. I'm worthy.
That's something I know.
So what have you been reading?
from the Secret
What have-
Empires?
what have you been
All
reading?
Thanks,
everybody
Disney.
was a Thor.
What have you been reading?
So I would need to check on what comes up first, but I read a few things.
What have you been reading?
Um,
You're waiting for the
just say
screen to
one.
tell
So I
you.
totes read Thanos, which I believe was 9. I think it was 9.
There it is. Okay.
Kelly Kapowski. I read 9. 9 was good.
Always liked
9 was
Kelly.
there was a little explanation at the end of this book that I loved, and it was this introduces the God Quarry, which I think had been hinted at before, but at the end of this book, sorry, hold on, I have information here for everyone.
Ooh, this just in.
Yes, it was that one's Lemire and Germán Peralta, a bloke I don't know, but who's
Good
drawing
name.
that book.
Good name.
Not Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, mind you.
No, not him.
The Andy Samberg. But the God Quarry. Basically, what has happened?
We're losing Barry.
What has happened honk, honk, is that Thanos lost all of his power. He was been dying this whole little arc thing. He's been like losing. He's like bleeding from the nose and stuff like that. Thane took the power of the Phoenix Force. His son, Thane.
Oh, okay.
Has come through. Got the power of the Phoenix Force because he's courting Death. Death's like, Thane, overthrow your father. Help me kill the universe. And he's like, well, not in that voice, but so he's just like, help me kill the universe. And he's like, okay. But he has to like destroy Thanos, and he's taken a couple times not to do it. He just hasn't. So Thanos gets away. He's all like, mortal. He's still really strong, but he gets away. Decides to go to the Fates. Like cross the universe somewhere and get to the three witches, the Fates, to get his powers back, his immortality, like his god status back. And they're just like, yeah, we'll see about that. And he's just like, well, he's all like cocky and stuff. He's like, okay, whatever. And he's calling them stuff that he probably shouldn't because they're more powerful than he is.
Time out real quick. I want you to say, when you're saying Thanos' lines, do them in your Mad Titan voice.
In my
action.
Okay, so it was like, he gets to the Fates, and they're just like, Son of Titan, you come seeking your power like a cocky fool. And he's like, foolish witches, you shall not tell Thanos what to do. Like Neanderthal-like. He's still got all of his, like, his oomph in his voice, but, like, it does not belong. He has nothing to back it up. He's there.
I now want your Macho Man.
No
voice.
Yes.
voices.
So he's just like,
he has 3 friggin' books to talk about.
He's just like, ooh, you gonna let me get my powers back?
There it is.
And so they kind of do. At the end of this book, this God Quarry, you see this big. This is my image. This is my panel of this thing.
I'm gonna revoke one of your books.
That's fine. I have them in order. I won't go in as long as that, but Thanos is why I started, because I was excited about it.
It's my boy.
It's your boy. It's your boy. Keep going.
It's this guy.
Gotta let me do my thing. 180 degrees. Another 360. So
the cream of the crop finishes the story.
Right. I will. So this is the imagery of this God Quarry is basically what it sounds like. It's this big, like, quarry, if you can imagine one. It's just a big pit, but it's got all these, like, ossified figures, basically, these gods that have been, like, just like frozen and crunched. A big one that looks kind of like Galactus down in the bottom of it. Some of them are just kind of, like, stuck in the sides of the wall. So she's just like, you will have to test for your powers. And he's like, yeah, fine. And then he, like, starts walking down the thing, and he starts, like, getting frozen in the pit, like, stuck in the pit. He's like, what trickery is this? All of a sudden, stuck, ossified. And it's like, next issue. He's not done. They're like, his trial begins. And you're like, oh, read Thanos. which I totally do and totally will.
Ooh, what trickery is this? The cream of the crop finishes out the God Quarry. Drop the elbow from the top, the Titan elbow. Ooh, yeah.
So,
step into a Slim Jim.
Another book that I read was The Dark Days.
From the South?
Oh, yeah. I read The Dark Days. I read the casting. Technically, I read The Forge, and I read the casting. But The Forge is what I'm going to talk about right now. Which was, who was this? It was Schneider. Not Zach.
Not Zach.
Schneider, Tinian.
Scott.
Jim Lee.
Yes, Jim Lee.
Ooh.
Romita Jr.
And Kubert.
Yeah.
Andy Kubert.
Whoa. I know 4 of those names. Oh, my God. That's a lot of people on this.
There's a whole bunch of people doing this.
There's way too many people doing this.
I assume that it will probably drop unless they keep jumping, like cutting the book up into different styles.
Dang.
It was like, I love this. This is making me want to read all the other DC. Like, it makes me want to read, like, everything you're reading, basically, all the Green Lanterns, the Flash, they're kind of like, it's a big event.
Hurts my head.
Yeah, but they're not really involved in...
but they're, like, hinting at all this different stuff, and they've got, like, Shazam's blade and stuff, and the Nth metal and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but I think the whole point is that you don't have to if you don't...
Audition for Shazam.
There's, like, all this weird, like, they've got old figures and new. It feels like they're going to pull everybody in on this, but it is a Batman story, but it's also very mythic.
It's
very mythic.
It's like it's Scott Snyder is playing a long game.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott.
Because this goes all the way back to New 52.
Don't put it past Scott.
Scotty. He's a talented man.
Does he like being called Scotty?
You know what?
Who knows? Is
Scott
buried and took
just
it
in
into
case.
his hands.
Just in case.
So I loved every second of
Like
this.
the way I call Hardwick Christoph.
Oh.
Christoph Hardwick.
Hardwick.
I think he would mind less. I don't think he would care.
I think it'd make him laugh.
Or he just goes the opposite direction. Do not
you dare
call me
call me
Christoph.
Christoph.
There was this kid
I
named
will-
Andy in first grade. Call me Christoph. I will beat him.
You will never be on AMC.
Yeah.
And I would like to be on AMC.
So, I really enjoy it a bunch. It is great.
Was there a third?
Yeah, there's a third, but like, why should I go into? Like, I haven't gone into it. Do you want to help me
go
tag
into
team
it.
this a little bit?
Go into it. Help him.
Do you like this book as
Yes,
well?
I do like this book.
Because you don't like DC.
Are you talking about? You're back to the Forge?
Yeah, the Forge.
Oh,
like
yeah, no,
Forge
so
and
I-
casting
we-
and stuff. Are you
We like
looking
all
forward to this arc?
publishers. We like all publishers.
So I am the actually part of the reason I went back. Like I said, I went back to Court of Owls was because of the Forge and casting, because they were hinting at all these things. Because interestingly
I
enough,
did not know that's what did that.
you didn't see that.
No, I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
That's what made you read
part
that.
of it, because I knew the premise of the Court of Owls, but the way the fact that the nth metal is what was in the teeth that
Yes.
they would use to resurrect them, and like the fact that
And what brought Joker and Batman
the Lazarus
back,
the
like,
Lazarus pit from that brings back the death of a
was the
family.
Dionysium, like brought them back completely. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just it's interesting that the people were always kind of like, wait, why didn't Batman get reset? Because New 52, Rebirth, it was all Batman didn't really get reset. It was always the same Batman, but then we come to find that there's 3 Jokers.
Yeah.
So it's basically, at the first we thought it was just, maybe it's because Scott Snyder's doing so well they don't want to touch his stuff, and then we realized no, it's actually leading up to this.
Yeah,
It was
well,
all leading up to this event.
He kind of resets.
Not really though.
I mean, he like technically it's a new body, but like he a little. I mean, like his
Yes,
He'll
and,
get there.
yes and no, but like his parts of his universe are still like they stayed constant. They just kept writing.
You meant this? Yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
it was,
I
yeah.
gotcha.
Scott was basically, like I said, at first it seemed like they were just kind of like, oh yeah, let Scott be Scott, and then they realized no, it's because Scott was playing the long game with this story, and I was hooked the way it's got the pillar that Alexander Luthor used,
Yeah.
where it's got like Plastic Man, but like he's
In like an egg.
yeah, and he's like being
thing?
like experimented on by Batman. It's kind of it goes back to one of those, is Batman doing too much? Like
And
he's not letting anyone in.
And it looks like yes, because like he's stepping over Aquaman's toes.
Oh yeah,
and
he's doing so much like kind of shady stuff.
Yeah.
We know it's to protect.
He's
the
like,
universe.
you had a black site under my ocean. He's like, sorry,
Don't worry
not
about it.
sorry.
Bye.
Yeah,
It's the way they're setting all this up. It's awesome. It's gonna be a really cool, I think, Crisis style event.
and they're bringing like. I like all the stuff that comes into it, like, oh, we needed Psycho Pirate's mask and this thing and whatever, like to make the machine, to forge the machine.
Psycho
like,
Pirate,
Yeah,
awesome.
right. And it'll serve a
doesn't-
purpose.
he
You
doesn't-
needed like
I don't think he likes- I
Talon
don't think he
tooth and like you
likes
need
it.
all this different stuff to make this happen. I think it's neat. I think it's
I'm
neat.
in. I'm down with it.
Tired.
Sold.
I'll
You
call
should
it,
read it.
neat.
I will. I'll get into
Totally
it.
reading the rest of this. Third book
Oh, third.
I thought by having me tag team, you were gonna skip the third book.
is
Nope.
the X-Men.
Astonishing.
It's the Astonishing X-Men. I was gonna wait for it.
Logan.
And this feels like, I'll keep it short on this one. This feels like
man.
a continuation, a little bit of the X-Force or the X-Men, I guess. That had just happened. What was X-Men? Was that with Magneto?
Uncanny?
and- was that Uncanny?
Oh.
Or was it Astonishing?
Oh.
No, it wasn't.
It was uncanny.
Yes. Regardless,
Canned.
because we lost Magneto
the canned
on
X-Men.
the last one, and we lost a few of the characters, but we're getting some of them back. We see Gambit.
Ah,
first of all.
the most damn, get that most damn head up.
That's for you, Amy.
Aye.
Sweet tea.
Get
Sweet tea.
it, credit,
Put a roll
get
guy.
it, get
Put a
it,
roll
get it,
guy.
get it.
Oh,
Get it, credit.
that was a good one. That's a new one. Debut in a wait, Crawdad.
Get it, credit.
Boom. That's the debut.
Don't make me give the synopsis of this book and just run you off the trails.
Phantom X is back because apparently Gambit owes him something.
Yeah.
So they brought Phantom X back in, Psylocke back after some traumatic stuff with Magneto, and now they've brought the villain in, Farouk.
From the Nation
Spider.
of Domination?
No, no, not that one. No. The Spider,
Not
the Nightmare King.
Not that Farouk?
Not that one.
No. Okay.
Yeah, the Shadow King.
The Shadow King.
Sorry.
No, not Nightmare King. Shadow
I
King.
thought it was my Farouk. Florida State.
Yeah, so it's good. There's a lot. It was a lot of setup. You see a little bit of kind of Archangel madness. Worthington kind of he's keeping his handle on it, and he's very present now. So he's not letting the Archangel take over like it has been since the X-Force. But his glimpses, like it's in his eyes. The wings go back to metal. Like he's still controlling it, but not extra well. And I think he's gonna lose it. And then can we spoil this? Spoilers?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Note the time.
Okay.
Sucks to suck.
Okay. At the end, to crack open a little thingy, Xavier's alive.
What?
Xavier's, but he ain't dead.
Is he?
Who knows?
Is he
Who knows?
Find out next time.
Kuno?
Kunu. Chuck.
That was my bad.
So
Do less.
that. And
No, get back down. Do less.
pop up. So yeah, that's what I was. I liked it all.
I liked it all.
I liked all. I've had a great week for comics, man. I read more than that, but those were my 3 favorites.
Crawdads.
I.e.
Drew, if you're watching, I blame you. So how about we go
Around
the horn.
No.
Not that you needed any more information, but how about we find out what's new with the Crusaders?
with the 50.
Jesus.
The new 65.
So basically, we just kind of wanted to give you guys updates on what is new that doesn't deserve entire segments devoted to it.
I've just
Piper
been
has
having a lot of
5.
sleep problems lately.
Not
and,
that kind of new. I did
oh.
get a new bed. It's fantastic.
Itch.
Yeah.
An
Is it
itch
Sealy?
It's
on
a
my
king.
toe.
It's a
It's a king size.
it's a king. Hey,
Room. Look at the room.
Talk to me when you upgrade the Gal King.
You mean a narrower bed?
Yep.
Get a Zipa.
I don't.
Hey.
Why would I want a narrower
A
bed?
little narrower, but a little longer. Am I right?
I'm long enough. So
Crusaders
let's talk
After
about
Dark, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
New with the Crusaders. So I specifically, just because no one else is going to and no one else has, we weren't going to do a whole review of it. I saw Valerian. This last Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
You are halfway effective before the show of convincing me to see. I don't know if I'll do it in theaters,
So
but I will see it.
here's the thing. I gave it a solid B-. Visually, one of the coolest movies I've seen in a really long time. Acting left a little bit to be desired, but it could also be that they had to cram a lot in because I don't know if they'll get a sequel. I still really enjoyed it. Like I said, basically imagine The Fifth Element with the budget of Avatar. It was gorgeous. It was super just wow. So that's pretty much what's new with me is that I saw Valerian and I gave it a B-.
Neato.
So you should,
minus.
I had a really big week. I saw a movie and I rated it.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Laid in my
Basically.
king size bed.
Yeah. Then I laid in my king size bed. It was
and
great.
I thought about the movie that I
So
saw.
Steve's, what's new with you? I know you've been reading too.
Well, member of the show, Amy,
All right.
lent me a book that she has.
Yes.
A book that's been revered by many. For years, I've heard nothing but, this book is so good, you got to read it.
Including your Mad Piper. I love this book.
That's all I've ever heard.
Did you read this?
I've read this book. I'm waiting for him to say the
He loves it.
The name of the book, you got to build up. Dude.
You do.
This entire show is just
showmanship.
all build up.
Yeah, but not for this.
It's a book that's being turned into a movie directed by the king, Steven Spielberg.
Uh-huh.
That book is Ready Player One.
No, I'm not ready.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're not even player one.
Yeah.
Ready Player One.
Red Warrior is about to die.
I saw the trailer of the movie. Red Warrior's about to. I saw the trailer for the movie. Had no idea what the story's about, having never read it. Only heard people say, this book is so good. And I was like, I don't know what it's about, but it's got cool things in it that I like. It's got DeLoreans. It's got
DeLoreans is always the first.
DeLoreans
the
racing,
first
dude.
one.
DeLoreans racing. I'm all about it. It's got the Iron Giant walking in.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger gets like hacked in half at one point in the trailer, I think. And then it says directed by Steven Spielberg. So I'm
Yeah.
like, there. Come to find out, it's got a pretty good story that I've started
Yeah.
so far.
I think they took some visual liberties, but I mean, it's not far off from the.
Well,
from
I
the
think
book.
half
I
of the
mean,
stuff in there Spielberg produced. I mean,
Yeah.
Back to the Future, he produced.
He's
Iron
like,
Giant,
I do
think
what
he
I
produced.
want. I made these.
Yeah, I gave you the money to make these. I'm now going to use them. Thanks. But I'm in level 1. That's the name of the chapter. Level 1. I get what you guys have been talking about all these years. Learning about the main character, and I'm enjoying it very much while trying to read the Marvels and the DCs at the same time. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
I'm stoked. I'm glad you're finally reading it. It's
Ready
really good.
Spider One.
You'll
love it.
Did you read Armada?
No,
I've not read yet Armada, which is like the sequel, but not really the sequel.
which I'm sure Amy has.
Probably.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Yes. Speaking of Amy, what's new with her? She's in LA.
Hey,
She's not here.
Nope.
She's down in LA.
She's on a beach in
celebrating
Instagram.
Happy Birthday, Rory.
Rory.
I don't know if your parents let you watch our show because we're like kind of on the edge of what's probably not
Did
appropriate.
see our Instagram picture though. That was
you
good.
talking about your king bed.
There's nothing about it. It's that I'm the correct length in my legs to fit on this king size bed. Did you think it was something else?
Legs.
Weirdo.
Plural.
Hey, Piper, what's new with you?
Legs.
So I did a little bit of work this weekend. I spent some hours doing some stuff
Where
for
were
the
you?
Crusaders.
Where were you?
I was at home.
Where were you? What part of the country were you in at this time?
I was in California.
Oh, then the accent makes no sense.
Nah, it's just a.
Don't you know?
Yeah,
Were you in Fargo?
with my brother Bill. I was in my room. I was all by myself. No one was looking. And I set up a Twitch. And I set up an OBS. So that means for you,
An OBS.
for you people out there
Obsolete.
who might be,
Nope, not
that's
obsolete.
the 3 letters that obsolete begins with.
Former profession that used those acronyms. Anyway,
Open broadcast system. I set these things up, which means
them.
for you people who are somehow still watching,
you're not.
your Crusaders are twitching. We're streaming video games. I streamed Diablo 3,
Video games.
which I believe you play as well.
Yeah, sorry, I'm twitching.
Twitch.
Yes, I play Diablo actively.
Is this when you would walk off, or is it like?
I'm saving my walk-off.
Okay,
I'm
can I
saving my
walk
walk-off?
off?
No, that's my
So
shtick.
not only are we live now on our podcast, but we're now live streaming video games.
So I mean, if you go like you can find it
gotta
through
start
the
playing
so you
then.
go to thecabelesscrusaders.com, you will find the little Twitch button. It looked like a little like a comment mark, little thing like a comment bubble.
Go there.
Yep, go there, and then look at the little like the text bubble with 2 little eyes in it, just like
Twitch.
2 little slits for eyes. That's Twitch, and you click on that, and if we are live, you can follow. You can follow or subscribe to the Twitch page. It will let you know via email when we go live. If you want to see us play a game, we play probably any of the new stuff that comes out. I might play God of War on there.
Wait, hold
when
on.
that comes out.
Wait, hold on. So,
Yeah.
I'm reading comics.
Yeah.
I'm reading books.
Yeah.
I'm watching comic book movies.
Yeah.
I'm watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
Now I got to play video games on Twitch.
No. You know,
you don't got to do anything.
You're not gonna do anything. You're gonna watch
I got to keep up with you guys.
us entertain you.
Popping in Arkham Knight.
Do you have a PlayStation 4?
I do.
Well, yeah, you can stream, man. That's built in.
I can't.
Twitch is built in.
I'm gonna die.
That's fine.
Here, I'll come over to your house.
Hey, Steve,
I'll set it up.
before you die, why don't you read East of West?
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Hey, before
Man,
wait,
I got a lot of homework.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Before you die,
Yeah.
bequeath your PlayStation 4 to Curtis.
But what?
So you can check us out on Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch.tv.
I got us all set up.
Capeless
That was a
Crusaders.
gift.
Well,
Good
so
job.
he needs to set it up on his Xbox and PC, but we've got one Crusader at least who can do twitching from both. So you can, whenever I'm playing a game, Smite. I did Smite, I did Overwatch, I did Minecraft, I did Diablo 3, and I did some Marvel Pinball. I did the Infinity Gauntlet table this weekend alone.
I did some Arkham Origins.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, it's not just going to be comic book stuff. We'll run out.
I
But
played Arkham Knight last year.
if you like video games as well as this, we're also going to stream this stuff. We already started. So anytime, ready anytime, live now. Ready.
Not now. Wait till
player
after the show.
Us.
Wait till after
Speaking
the
of
show.
ready players,
Ah!
I'm one.
Ah!
We're up.
We already did his thing.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that
reading the
doesn't-
book.
Doesn't segue.
I already said it.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
You two are kind of annoying me today.
Yeah.
So I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna have a little bit of versus.
What?
Yes. And so normally versus
this.
is 2 characters that we face off each other. I'm just gonna beat the crap out of you two with
Oh,
chairs.
great. I'll sell it.
So,
I'll sell it.
I'll sell it as well.
Appreciate that.
I'll do my best.
No, we're actually going to discuss. When we discuss versus, we basically pick 2 comic book characters. We have them face off in an imaginary battle of depending who they are, Titans. Sometimes they are Titans. Not that Titan.
Ah!
So sometimes we face characters off that are clones of each other. The 2 guys that run really fast, 2 guys that shoot bow and arrow.
Quicksilver,
Right.
Flash,
But
Arrow.
today we
Right.
kind of tried to go a little out there. And
we try to do a little better.
And we got a. Oh.
Wow. So we've been
Wow.
bad this
So
whole
apparently
time.
this guy just joins the show and all of a sudden everything's great.
Oh.
Whoa. I was here for the bad time.
Apparently we were
The bad times.
Yep.
The bad
We
time.
had bad
I was
times.
here for the Nightwing time.
I
Jamie,
believe
Drew,
we've been
sorry.
perfect
I
this
think we've been
entire
doing
time.
great since 2014.
Tom, you're good too.
Tom's
Cocky.
great.
Anyway,
Very cocksure.
so how about a versus? Currently on the AMC's, coming up on its 2nd season is
Yes.
The Preacher.
Yes.
Or Preacher,
Just
depending
Preacher,
who you
yeah.
are. So Preacher follows the character, the Reverend Jessie Custer, who is, what's the word?
Handsome.
He is very attractive.
Kinda
he's
possessed?
He's also Tony Stark's dad. Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah.
Same actor. Yeah.
Man.
Is it possessed?
Svelte.
Yeah. I mean, that thing kind of like just
Yeah, so a
blasted
creature,
into him and
creature
then he
known as Genesis, which
hold
is
it.
the unintended offspring of an angel and a demon, which basically gives him the power of ultimate good and ultimate evil, is now inside the Reverend Jessie Custer, which he can use to control anyone that can hear and understand what he's saying.
It does not seem like he uses the power for ultimate good very often.
No, but he is trying to find God.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's a preacher. He's
Yeah,
considered the vessel.
Yeah, and he is. I mean, he's trying to fight through bad guys for the most part. Once he figures it out.
Slight technical question.
Yes.
Slight, just quick.
Yeah.
It's on AMC.
Did they ever explain why he can harness that? Why he's a safe vessel for that? Because it shows people who can't handle it exploding or what it like.
He's handsome.
For some reason he's cool.
The way
Like-
it's some about the fact that he's not just devout. It's also the way he questions.
Okay.
So he's got both sides. You know,
Sure.
he's not a good preacher,
He's got
but he also
faith,
is a preacher.
and he's got doubt.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the Reverend Jesse Custer can basically control you. He can say, "Hey, sit down," and you'll sit down. So he's gonna face off with none other than Maximus the Mad,
Right.
brother of Black Bolt from the Inhumans.
Blackagar Boltagon.
Blackagar Boltagon
From
his
the
brother
Z.
Maximus the Matadon. So Maximus the Mad.
I liked it.
His ability is he can also basically tell you what to do, and you will do it.
Yeah.
He's done this for a long time, and it's pretty screwed up when he does it.
Which is like the only thing that we know that the preacher can do, correct?
Right.
Just tell you what to do and you got to do it. Okay. He doesn't have any other power sets. It's just that.
No, it's just that, and he's he's awesome. And he
Right.
can shoot a gun, and later on he gets an eye patch.
And he's handsome.
And he's handsome. It's all get out.
Yeah.
So Maximus the Mad is crazy.
Yes.
Jesse isn't that crazy.
Right. One is sociopathic and does not really care about other individuals. One, I think, immensely cares about everyone
true.
else.
It's true.
Like most other people's souls.
Yeah,
So,
he has a really kind of a twisted way of going about it, but he does care about people. Jesse Custer does really care.
yeah.
So first off, the very similar power sets in that they can just tell you what to do and you will do it.
Yeah, very opposing
So
personalities, though.
kind of immediately begs the question of would they try to use their skill on each other?
Who'd be first?
Exactly. Would it be like whoever gets to it first?
Like quick
Right.
draw.
Does
It'd be a quick
does
draw.
their ability negate the others? Like maybe the fact that they're able to do this doesn't mean they wouldn't be able to.
Right.
So would you have more of a
Physical fight.
not even just a physical fight? Would they tell other people what to do?
Aha!
Armies.
You know what I'm saying?
Armies.
Like, would they say, "Hey, you five, go kill that guy"?
You fight, kill that guy.
Exactly.
They say Darth Maul, I can't open this door right now.
Up. Whip.
Exactly.
I see.
Wow.
Darth Maul's
Wow.
there.
Ancillary.
Darth Maul's
Wow.
there.
So the main point that I wanted to bring up with the two of them facing off is the fact that Maximus the Mad, he loves using his he uses his power to tell you what to do.
Sure.
He likes making people do what he wants without his power. That's what he knows he can make you do it.
Right.
He gets off on creating this chaos and getting you into this awful situation.
Right.
Just by telling you without actually, worst case, if you won't do it, he'll push you over using his power.
Which is an advantage here, I think. Because he can try to, because then
I mean, like, it's a disadvantage because he might try to
do that, going in, not knowing.
Yeah,
Custer.
he might try to just be like, oh, and just try to screw him over, and then
Right.
Jesse will just immediately go to his power.
Right. Although he's got less control over his. It feels like a lot of the times the being, Genesis, I guess, is often in charge, especially when he's in danger. It takes over and starts going, you ain't going to die today.
Sort of, but Genesis is also not, like, it doesn't have a consciousness. It's like more of like a
reaction.
kind of. It's more of just a
thing, like an instinct.
Yeah, it's not actually like a mind in his. It's just a
Right.
being. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
So what it comes down to is Maximus is far more cruel.
Yes.
Maximus is far more cutthroat. Jesse might, but Jesse also, once he recognizes bad, he doesn't give it a chance.
Right.
So
So it's not like he's extra merciful and been like, oh, we'll just do this thing. Like he'll squish it out.
exactly, there's some. I mean, if you watch the show, it's pretty gruesome. If you read the books, there's some screwed up stuff.
Gruesomer. I have it
Yeah.
in my car right now. I should just
It
read
gets
it
so
tomorrow.
gruesome because
Like,
there's the parts where he tells people what to do, and then there's parts where he finds people who don't listen or they don't speak English, they don't understand him.
Yeah.
So he has to figure out other ways, or more creative ways of getting them out of his way.
which is such a genius mechanic for that book.
Yeah.
Like that keeps that riveting.
Oh yeah, 100%. So I don't know. How do you feel, Esteves? Based on what you've heard from us so far, who would you give it to?
We see Preacher
Don't look at your iPad, you jerk.
is produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg
I
on
see.
AMC. So I'm going to say Preacher.
But wait, don't you like Game of Thrones?
I do.
The dude who's playing Maximus the Mad.
Ramsay Bolton.
Is Ramsay in Human.
Rethinking.
Yeah.
Although, should we spoilers again? Spoiler alert.
Sucks.
Spoiler alert.
Sucks to suck.
Ramsay Bolton is totally dead.
Oh yeah.
Like he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like last season?
It was last season. Yeah, Jon Snow.
So I mean, sure he plays Ramsay Bolton, but he did not survive. If we're going off of the like a weird like non sequitur, completely twisted logic.
I was actually listening to you guys. And I was listening. I heard what they said. They were talking about the preacher and the Maximus, and I thought about Gladiator.
I heard the stuff, and I heard also Inhumans.
You did you said that Maximus is he has no lines. He's a sociopath. He'll just go nuts.
Yes, he's a villain.
But you also said when it comes to preacher, although he's mainly trying to be good, when he knows that what he's about to fight is evil, he goes off on it.
Yes.
He just goes up.
Yeah.
I've always been that guy that even if that guy's psychotic, even if the good isn't that perfectly good,
right?
I do think the good in Jessie would outweigh on Maximus. I think Preacher would win.
Okay.
That's how I'm feeling on that.
What do you think?
I'm going with hope.
I go with that as well, but not for the same reason. I think just as far in my experience, I haven't read all the way through Preacher, and I've only probably up and through where the show ends. But so far, Maximus has been far more beatable. Like he's been beaten and captured several times. In fact, most of the time that I've seen him in the books, he's captured. He's in prison.
But it's also like most of those times he wants to be there.
Is this like a Thanos thing where he's just like, you can't capture me, I capture me?
No, not even just that. It's just he's playing the long game, or that he's just psychotic.
Yeah.
So that he like either wants to be captured. I mean, heck, this last time he wanted to be captured,
right?
Because then he traded places with his brother, and that's why his brother Black Bolt's now in prison.
Yeah.
So
he's also a little more. I feel a little less violent about his, and far more low key. But not low key, but more
low
just
key.
Sinister and a little more deceptive about his than like.
I did think you were comparing him to Loki for a second. I'm like, Loki? Oh wow, like Thor's brother? Weird.
Yeah, he was.
Well, never mind.
I'm sure he's like death has happened due to Maximus.
Oh yeah.
Like, but I just don't feel like as much. Like, I think Preachers is far more used for specifically murder or like just ending evil, however you want to call that, than Maximus is. I would say Maximus probably tried to talk his way out of it or do some kind of thing. He might do something when led to it, and it might be a really good square off. I think it will still go to Custer.
Okay. So we got 2 for Custer. So really, my opinion doesn't matter.
I mean, say it, baby.
No, yeah, no, say it.
Say it, baby.
I want to give it to Preacher just because Maximus, he might like bring people with him to help him out.
Okay.
But he doesn't actually have friends.
Yeah.
Whereas Jessie has his psychotic girlfriend.
His crazy vampire.
And his crazy vampire friend. So I think his crazy vampire friend would probably level the playing field.
Irish.
He's been really helpful.
He's Irish, isn't he? He's Irish.
He's super helpful. So I think he, as long as the battle was at night. Because if the battle was during the day, he wouldn't be very helpful.
True. Although he's powerful, but he's also susceptible.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you can't tell me what to do. And then he tells him what to do. You told me what to do.
It's true.
Like, so, I mean, that could be used against Jessie. But
again, the idea is Maximus's power is telepathic, whereas Jessie's power is
straight demonic.
It's angelic and demonic.
Yeah,
it's
but it's per
divine.
Entity. Yeah,
it's divine.
Yeah.
So,
which also feels like an advantage. The other one's telepathic. He goes down. Like that thing is just working off of, like something happens to Jessie, it goes nuts.
Yeah.
So, I think it's less for Maximus to be able to control. What are
Preacher.
you doing?
Preacher also features Ruth Negga from the movie Loving, playing Tulip O'Hare. Preacher.
We're giving this to the casting? Like, oh goodness.
Okay, so regardless, it's going to go to Preacher.
6 viewers, 5 viewers, 4,
Ruth. And
3.
there goes that number.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming in.
So I think we're gonna call that one and give it to Jessie Custer, the Preacher.
And I think that's solid.
Sundays on AMC.
Yeah.
Thanks, AMC.
Not a sponsored comment.
Season 2 soon.
Seth Rogen.
Really soon.
Season 2's right now.
Was it? It's on?
Yeah, season 2's on right now.
I'm missing it.
Okay. It's not on like right
now.
now.
Not now.
No, but
Sundays.
I mean, like, I haven't begun to watch it. Yeah.
So that is
someday.
That is gonna about wrap it up for this episode of the Capeless Crusaders, live here from Empire's Comics Vault. Yeah, you're all. Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. Anyway, my name is David Barry at Dr. Barry on varying social media platforms. To my right, we have
a fan of the show Preacher on AMC,
Good
produced
night.
by Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen, featuring Ruth Nega. This is the Azorian one, Anthony Esteves.
Just scream at my TV rewatching this episode.
Over there.
Yeah, over to the left.
Do we have a Zoom function on that thing?
No.
Okay, well, I'll do it for you then. Wearing, not a Twitch shirt, but like my Destiny shirt from the season, to Harbinge, the Twitch, the advent of our Twitch channel, this is...
Oh boy. Oh!
It's the Mad Piper. It won't focus on it. It's not going to.
There, right there.
It's not on autofocus, you genius.
There it is. There it is. There he is. There. Oh, I'm wearing a CM Punk shirt.
We can't hear you until you get on the mic, dummy.
At the Mad Piper on Instagram.com.
Not joining us this evening as she is in LA, we have Amy Nunag, IJNU Robot on the ones and twos. We have Curtis Fisher at Calm Down Warning, at
SoCal.
Existential Romeo down in LA working on probably another movie. We do have Tom at Tall Dark Nut Ugly on everything. And then we have our good friend Bart who doesn't do social media.
Bart?
Now,
Bart?
but he does try to catch me in a saucy manner, and he fails every time.
Someday he will catch your sauciness.
No. I'm too quick for saucy.
As always, find everything at thecapelesscrusaders.com,
Right there.
your central hub for anything TCC.
There it is. Look at
And you guys are touching it. Anyway. And for the Capeless Crusaders, good night.
Good night.
Too fast to flirt.